See, in the previous class, we did a line resonator. This is a line resonator what we implemented in the AWR simulation tool. So this resonator is designed to operate at 5 gigahertz. So 5 gigahertz, and we for that we used materials this material. In the material definition, we have kept 2.2 as a epsilon r, and tan delta as a 0.001, and copper as a conductor here, and dielectric thickness, it is a 1.59. So using the thickness as 1.5, and this is equal to 2.2, and this one, we designed this structure. It is resonating at a frequency, so as we got here at 4.42 gigahertz. So it is near to the 5 gigahertz. It is not exactly what like 5 gigahertz. So it is shifted to the lower frequency side, that is at a 4. It is getting, we are getting at 4.42 gigahertz. See, that is because of we were not considered this gap coupling capacitor while designing this structure. So there is a shift in the frequency. Actually, this gap between the between the feed, this is a feed line and this is a resonator. Between the gap between the feed line and the resonator, that is a S here, that may be reducing the resonant frequency of the one. So this resonating, instead of at 5 gigahertz, we are getting at 4.42 gigahertz, but it is approximately near to our expected value 5 gigahertz. Okay, but if you want exactly at 5 gigahertz, what we can do, we can little bit we have to little bit this structure length we have to modify to fix it exactly at 5 gigahertz. Okay, so this is for a permittivity is equal to for 2.2. So as we say, it is a 2.2 permittivity we have taken. For that value, we are getting a resonant frequency like this. See, now if you want to do the night as we have, if you want to do the parametric analysis means varying the parameters, vary the parameters, and where the parameters means material parameters. So here this is a structure here. This structure is implemented using material properties like this. So this is the material property 2.2, the permittivity, and tan delta is the material property. Okay, similarly thickness is also a material property. So if you vary these parameters, like permittivity, if you vary, what happens? If you vary the tan delta, what happens to the response? So we have a if you vary, instead of here 2.2, if you put here 4.4, what happens to the plot? What happens to in this graph? Okay, that we can, that is called as a parametric analysis. By varying the properties of the material, so by varying properties of a material, like epsilon we can change, or thickness of this we can change, or tan delta we can change, vary the value of tan delta, or vary the value of permittivity, or vary the value of this thickness. You can see what happens to this resonating frequency, what happens to the bandwidth, all those things we can study, and also what happens to the insertion loss. Okay, so this is a plot of what we got in the previous class for a particular material properties. So now you can see here, from this plot we have to measure the insertion loss, we have to measure the insertion loss, we have to measure the bandwidth, we have to measure the resonant frequency. So to do that, but first we will change the thickness of this plot. To go to the options here, there traces we take, and traces I am choosing this thickness is equal to a little bit thicker I am doing here. and I am removing this bullets here, none I am using, so apply here. So this plot came here. Okay, or you can put some other color also, as we discussed in the previous video. So here now you can to measure the insertion loss means, so as we discussed in the theory class, if there is no loss, then this peak will be coinciding at a 0 here, 0 dB. That is S21 is equal to 1, output is equal to input at a resonant frequency. So the output is equal to input. See, this is the input here, this is the output here. Output power equal to input power if there is no loss in this structure. If there is no power dissipated in this structure at the resonant frequency, then at the resonant frequency, see, like this is a resonant frequency. So if you add a marker here, this is a marker, that is a 4.41 gigahertz is a resonant frequency. If there is no loss, no power dissipated in this structure, then output is equal to input at the resonant frequency. That means the ratio is equal to ratio of output divided by input. Okay, that is S21 here, that S21 is a 1. Okay, and in decibel it will be coinciding with a 0 if there is no loss. But what we can observe here, it is not coinciding at a 0 dB here, it is below 0 dB. So at what level it is it has a value, the peak is at a minus 3.375 dB. So it is there is a from 0 dB it is below by minus 3.375 dB. So that much of insertion, this is called insertion loss. So because this there is a power minus 3.37 dB power is lost, we are this structure is dissipating that much of power. Okay, that's why remaining power is coming out of the structure. So this is called insertion loss. So this peak value, whatever it is, that is a 3.375, that is the insertion loss. So that you can put a here the measuring mark horizontal, you can order lines horizontal mark or horizontal line. See, like this you can put here. You can see here this value is a minus 3.347 dB. So this height whatever you get here, so you can add a vertical marker here, vertical marker. See, like this you can put here, this is a vertical line, this line comes here, you can put like this. Okay, so this point you can see this is the frequencies. So from year to year how much is the value, that is actually here if you put a marker you can see that, that is you can have that value from year to year is, put a marker there. So this marker here, so that value is a minus 3.375 dB. So that is the insertion loss. So from year to year there is a difference is minus 3.375, so that is a insertion loss. So that much of insertion loss is there. So actually what we expecting is there should not be any loss in the structure, but because of this coupling gap and because of losses in this material, a part of the power is dissipating in that. That's why we are getting that is peak is here instead of coinciding with a 0. So you should measure here. Actually this how much loss that depends upon here this coupling gap, yes value. If larger the gap here or more the insertion loss, you can observe you can change this gap between the feed line and the resonator. You change this gap, this is a S here, from year to year is called as a S. You increase the value of S, you can observe this peak will go down. That means more loss will be there, loss will be more. Go down means actually coinciding with a 0, but it is going down means less power is coming at the output. Okay, so you can measure that. So you should approach 0 dB, then it is a good resonator. That means maximum power is coming at the output. But peak is going below, below means that is more power is dissipating in the structure. Okay, so like that we can find the insertion loss from here to here. So that you can note down like this, and you can put what is the insertion loss. And similarly you can measure resonant frequency. So this is a resonant 4.41 gigahertz is a resonant frequency. Wherever peak is there, that is a resonant frequency of our structure. Next, what we can do is we can measure the bandwidth. As I said, we have to measure the bandwidth. From that bandwidth you can measure the quality factor of this resonator. Quality factor is an important parameter of any resonator, so we have to measure that quality factor. To measure the quality factor, what we have to do from here, from the maximum value, so you can add one more line. This is at 3.347, and we can add one more vertical line here, sorry, horizontal. You can put a horizontal line, and you take this line. It is at 3 dB down from here, minus 3.375 dB down means minus 3 dB down from here to here means 3 dB bandwidth. 3 dB bandwidth means peak value you take to this, you come down by 3 dB, that means minus 6.37. so this line should be at minus 6.375. So like this you have to keep here. Okay, so this is now our 3 dB, so you have to put a vertical line here, vertical. You can add vertical, so like here this is a vertical line, this is a vertical. One more you can put a here as a vertical line. Okay, so now you measure the frequency here and here. What is the frequency here and here? You can put a marker here, add marker to here. What is the frequency? So that frequency is here 4.53 gigahertz. Here the frequency is 4.53 gigahertz. Similarly, you put a one more marker, add marker. Okay, so put this here. So this is here now 4.305 gigahertz at this frequency. You take a difference of 4.53 minus 4.305, that gives the bandwidth. From here to here is a bandwidth. This is the bandwidth here. So note down the difference between this minus this gives the bandwidth. Okay, using bandwidth and the center frequency we have 4.41 gigahertz. Divide that center frequency from the bandwidth, you will be getting the quality factor of this resonator. So this is a resonator what we designed. So quality factor of this resonator is a center frequency divided by the bandwidth. Center frequency is this value, whatever the marker here, and you put a horizontal line like this by 3 dB down from the peak value. So peak value is here, come down by 3 dB, that is around minus 6 dB. You come down and put a marker here and here. You take this is the highest frequency f2, this is the lowest frequency f1. Take a difference of these two, whatever you get, that is the bandwidth. Divide the center frequency by the bandwidth, we will be getting the quality factor of this one. So that is what we have to do here. Quality factor of the we have to calculate. Okay, so these are the measurements of what and all we have to do over the result. So once we get a graph like this, these parameters we have to measure. Resonant frequency we have to measure, and quality factor we have to measure, and insertion loss. So as I said, insertion loss. So this is a way of measuring. Center frequency divided by the bandwidth gives the quality factor, and this band and insertion loss. So wherever a peak is there, so from year to year, you measure how many decibels are there. This value minus 3.375 dB, that is the insertion loss. From the 0 dB to peak of this, how many decibels are there, you measure it, that gives the insertion loss. And the center frequency corresponding with the peak value, that is a 4.41 gigahertz. So based on the material properties and the design, we will be getting the resonant frequency and the insertion loss and also quality factor. Okay, so like this, these are the measurements we supposed to do over the getting results. Okay, so next Another what I asked is you should do the parametric analysis like this. See, is a analysis of the structure using EM simulation tool. That is a microwave office analysis of the structure. That is a parametric variation. That is also called as a parametric analysis, parameter variation. So what we have to do is dielectric constant parameter varied, dielectric constant epsilon r, vary the value of epsilon r. See, vary the value of epsilon r means, now see, for this result we kept here permittivity is equal to 2.2. Okay, 2.2. So now instead of 2.2, see this, instead of 2.2 you change it to some 4.3 and change it to 3.3. 4.3, what happens you see in the resonant frequency, and what happens to this plot we have to observe. Similarly, if you change this value to 3, instead of 2.2 you change it to 2 and see what happens. That is called as a parametric epsilon varied, epsilon varied. So here is a vary the value of epsilon permittivity from 2.2 you keep, 3.12 you keep, and 4.3 you see what happens to the on observation. What are the observation we have to make, and keep tan delta constant. Okay, vary only the dielectric material like this permittivity. And observation, what we have to do, resonant frequency, what happens to the resonant frequency. So resonant frequency, here we got here now it is a 4.42 gigahertz, but now if you change it to 3.12, what happens to the resonant frequency? If you change it to 4.3, what happens to the resonant frequency? That we have to note down. Similarly, Z11 plot F naught. Okay, input impedance also we can plot. What happens to the input impedance? That also we have to see. And next is the insertion loss. As I said, insertion loss we have to note down. And 3 dB bandwidth. So I already told how to do the 3 dB bandwidth. And to find a quality factor, we have to do the quality factor, as I already told how to do the quality factor. So we have to do these observations. What is the resonant frequency, and what is the Z11 of input impedance, that I did not say. We will see how to do that Z11. Okay, that is the input impedance. Next is the insertion loss. What is the insertion loss? What is the 3 dB bandwidth? What is the quality factor of the structure? All these observations, we have measurements we have to do. After getting this plot, you should do all the measurements. What are the measurements we have to do? You should measure the frequency, you should see the input impedance, and insertion loss you have to measure, bandwidth you have to measure, and a quality factor we have to measure. Okay, next, so and you should do all these measurements for different values of this permittivity. So you set a 2.2 and do all these measurements. Next, you set a permittivity is equal to 3.12 and do all these measurements. Similarly, 4.3 we keep all, measure all these values. Okay, and compare the results. So if a 2.2 is there, what is the resonant frequency? If you keep if you change only permittivity, like instead of 2.2 change it to 3.14, what happens to the resonant frequency? Either it is shifting to the lower frequency or shifted to the higher frequency, or remains at the previous value whenever it is a 2.2. Or it, like similarly you change 4.3 and see what happens to all these values. Okay, that is observation. And from that you can conclude, okay, effect of variation of epsilon r. What happens to all these parameter if you change the value of epsilon r? Similarly, you can change, okay, that is one word. Next is you can change last tangent also. See, like change the value of tan delta. Okay, and repeat all these parametric measurements, and you see what happens. Similarly, you can change a coupling gap. So here change the coupling gap also, this gap, and see what happens to the resonant frequency, input impedance, all those parameters. Okay, and also as we said, tan delta also you can change, but keep the epsilon r constant, only you change the tan delta and see what happens to the all these parameters. Okay, so that is called as a parametric analysis. So we have to do these things. Okay, see, now while doing see, this is a plot one example I have given here. Okay, so this is by varying the value of epsilon. I have varied the permittivity is varied. See, I kept a 4.2, 3.2 and 2.2. Okay, when epsilon is 2.2, I got this plot. This is the plot here. So resonant frequency is some value here. Okay, next I changed the permittivity to 3.2. So what happened here, the resonant frequency now here peak is here, it is at shifted to lower frequency. Previously it is at a 3 near to here 3.3. Okay, now it is shifted to 2.5 gigahertz like this. Okay, resonant frequency shifted, and as we increase the permittivity, what happens here, resonant frequency is shifting to lower frequency side. It is 3 nearly 3 gigahertz, next is 2.5, next it is going down like near to 2.2. See, as the permittivity increases, resonant frequency is shifting towards the lower value. Okay, that is the observation what is made. Okay, so like you change permittivity and see what happens to the resonant frequency. And also we have to measure a bandwidth, we have to measure a quality factor, we have to see input impedance what happens. Okay, all those things we can do for this variations. But while making these variations, other parameters must be kept constant. See, like what I written here, this is a plot what I got here. This is epsilon varied. Epsilon we are changing like this, but tan delta remains the same. Tan delta kept at 0.001 and S is 0.2 mm. Okay, and height is 0.8 mm. Height of the substrate we are not changing. This also we are not, all this we kept constant. Okay, see like this. This is the resonator structure. We are not changing. This we keep same only. Okay, and tan delta we are not changing, and also height of this substrate also we were not changing. Only change the permittivity and see what happens to the plot here. Okay, so, so here as we observed here, I got these all the three variations in a single plot here. For different values of this permittivity, I got all the three plots in a single three traces in a single plot. That we can do in the simulation tool. See here what we can do here. See, this is a resonator 1 here. You go to resonator 1 and there is a option is there, duplicate. Okay, you click over duplicate. Okay, so here like one more resonator 1 you can see here, this appears here. See, resonator 1 this is resonator 1. I made a duplicate of this, one more came here. Okay, so here this resonator 1 enclosure is there, resonator 1 also there is a enclosure here. In this enclosure resonator 1, I kept it is a 2.2, epsilon r is 2.2 and tan delta is 0.001 and thickness is 1.59. Okay, here is epsilon is 2.2. Okay, and but here what I am doing in resonator 1 you click here and go to edit here. I am changing this. Okay, that is 3.12 I am making, but I am not changing this. It should be same, and also I am not changing this. This also should be kept same. Okay, I am changing only this epsilon r. Okay, next is a put okay. Next this is 2.2 I set here, and this here I set a 3.12, and we'll add one more. Okay, that is again you duplicate it. Okay, so here is one more came. See this one more, that is resonator 1 2, resonator 1 2 here. This is resonator 1 here, 1 2 here. Okay, here I kept a 2.2, here is a 3.12. In this 1 2 what I am doing, I am changing this to 4.3 like this. Okay, so here I am not changing this, tan delta I am not changing, and thickness also I am not changing. They should be kept constant. Only I changed this permittivity to 4.3. Okay, now it is okay. So now I have these structures. Each I have changed permittivity. Now all, output of, we have to plot output of all the three. There are three structures are there, but different permittivity is there. So okay, so automatically here we have to plot all the three. So this one will give a one trace, this will give another trace, and this will give a one more trace. Okay, all the outputs we have to plot. There are three structures are there, three outputs are there. We have to plot all the outputs in a single plot. So to do that, what I have to do, you see here, graph 1 we already had this. Okay, this is for first one, resonator 1, we have a plot. Okay, but you have to add a plot of this 1 1 and 1 2 also to this resonator 1 plot. For that, what we have to do, just go to graph 1, click over this odd measurements. Okay, here s parameter resonator 1 you are already added here. You add a second also, this one 1 1 odd. Okay, next add this 1 2 also odd. Okay, close now. Okay, now we will just simulate this analysis. So it will take, because there are three structures are there now, so it will take time to complete the one. Once it finish, you are running, instead of running you should give a finish. That time you have to close. Okay, then you have to see the flat. So now first one is finished, the second one it is doing 1.1, resonator 1 2 it is doing, that also should finish. It will give the result of all the three structure in a single plot. So you can compare those results. Okay, that simulation finished and also finished. You close now. Okay, so now you go to graph 1. Now you can see here three graphs came here, three graphs came. So it is a resonator 1, resonator 1 we kept it is a 2.2, epsilon is 2.2. For no one resonator 1 1, resonator 1 1, what we set there 3.12, this is the pink color one, this is for the 3.12 resonator, epsilon r we changed to 3.12. Similarly, this plot is for resonator 1.1.12, resonator 1 2 we kept permittivity is equal to 4.2. Okay, so like that three plots came now. For if you change the permittivity, what happened here, resonant frequency is shifting to the lower side like this. Okay, it is 4.2. Now for this if you change it to 3.12, resonant frequency is a 3.82. Similarly, if you 4.3 if you put, you are getting at 3.3 gigahertz. So like that the resonant frequency is shifting to the lower side here. Okay, so like you can see what happens if you change the parameter. Epsilon r only we changed, and by looking, by varying that, we observed what happened to the resonant frequency. And also we can measure the bandwidth of this, and quality factor we can measure, insertion loss also we can measure. For each plot we can measure the insertion loss, we can measure the quality factor, we can measure the bandwidth, we can measure the resonant frequency. Okay, so and but one more thing what you can see here, this plot, as I said, you can change the thickness of these plots. Okay, and also here it is came resonator 1, resonator 1 1, resonator 1 2, but sometimes it may be confusing. What is the epsilon of this, what is the epsilon of this, what is the epsilon of this? So what we can do is, as I said in the previous video, you can change the content here, you can change the content here. Okay, instead of db s21 resonator 1, you can put as a epsilon 2.2. This is trace for epsilon 2.2, so change it to epsilon 2.2, this content. Similarly, change this entire to epsilon 3.12. Similarly, this one is changed to epsilon 4.3. So then you can easily come to know this trace is for 4.3, this is for 3.12, this is for 2.2. Like that you can come to know. Okay, so that content we will change here, content of this legend content. For that, what we have to do, go to options here. Okay, this options, as I said, measurements, you have to go to measurements. There all the three are there. See, resonator 1 1 resonator 1 2 are there. So here resonator 1. Okay, this is a, as we already know, it is epsilon r is equal to 2.2. So do one thing, you change this, do not put anything here. Okay, instead of resonator 1 is not needed. So here this color is important, this color is for epsilon r equal to 2. You know, we know this trace is for epsilon r, resonator 1, resonator 1 we set epsilon is equal to 2.2. So this trace is for epsilon is equal to 2.2. So need not to know this resonator 1. If you put here resonator 1, that title will come, that is also not needed. Okay, use here this is a EPS equal to 2.2, just 2.2, apply. See, both will go EPS 2.2. So what we can see, its permittivity is equal to 2.2. That is enough for us, because this plot is for epsilon is equal to 2.2. Like that we can do. Similarly, this also. Okay, this resonator 1 1. So you go to resonator 1 1, resonator 1 1. Again you remove this, it is not needed. You here you put EPS equal to 3.12. Okay, apply. So that came here. Similarly, you can do for this also. This is 3 point equal to 4.3, apply. So like that you can change here. So this is this color means it is for the EPS is 4 point, that means this plot, and pink color EPS is 3.2, this is of pink color, so that is 3.12. So like easily you can come to know what values of epsilon these plots are. Okay, so like that you can come to know. And also you can change the thickness of this also. So you go to traces here, traces, these are the traces, this is a traces. Okay, in the trace this is already having a thickness, do not change the thickness of this first one, blue color. Pink one is lesser thickness, you can change it. So change the thickness to some this one. I am changing a style of that, that is like this. Okay, apply. So now it came like this, and you can remove the bullets. If you are not interested to have bullets, you can just choose a none, you will apply. Okay, then the bullets removed. Similarly, I am changing this also, thickness of this third one, that is here, apply. Okay, and you can change a style to this dot and dash, and bullets I am using none, so apply. So it came like, so this you can do like this better you. So like all the three there, and you can compare here. Okay, so you can comment on this, what happens when the permittivity changed. Okay, substrate permittivity change. So like this is called as a parametric analysis, so that I have made here. Okay, so like that I changed here epsilon r and I got these plots. Similarly, you can change a tan delta and see what happens to the plots. Similarly, you can change this and see what happens to the parameters. Okay, so this is this is the analysis part, what I said. So we have to do all this analysis, and we have to comment your observation, whatever the observation you made, that you have to write. Similarly here, inference you should write here. Okay, and applications here inference, you should write what effect of observation epsilon r if you vary, why it is shifting to the lower frequency. Okay, we observed it is shifting to a lower frequency as the dielectric permittivity increases. Why it is happening like that, that you have to explain. Okay, so for everything what happens and why it happens, okay, that you have to explain in the inference. So this is about parametric variation. And also you can do here in this one more thing I did not say, z11 of z11 at f naught, the input impedances. So as we studied in the resonator theory, input impedance is very important here. Okay, so that we were plotting input impedance plot. That input impedance plot we can do in this resonators. So here input impedance, for that what you have to do, you go to graph. Okay, a graph, you choose again a new graph. See graph here, you should go to graph here, new graph. Okay, and again it is a rectangle, create. Okay, new graph created here. Here you have to do the odd measurement. I am doing measurement on resonator 1. You can do overall, but I am choosing only one, first one, resonator 1. Resonator 1, that means the epsilon r equal to 2.2. For that input impedance we are measuring. Okay, so resonator 1 we have chosen, but instead of yes, what we have to do, we have to choose z parameter here. Port parameter, but z parameter. Okay, input impedance, that is input, and here instead of 2, input impedance means at a port 1 only we are doing. Okay, not at port 2, so this must be equal to 1 1 1 at a input port is a 1 1 1, we have to choose 1 1. Okay, z parameter we are measuring, it is a 1 1 here. And here, because the impedance is a complex, it has a real part and a imaginary part, so you take a real part and add. It should not be dB. Okay, it should not be dB, odd. Similarly, it has an imaginary part, you take imaginary and odd. Okay, and close. Okay, so now we have to simulate again. See this simulation. So now we got this. So this is the plot, impedance plot of the one. So we plotted from 2 to 7 gigahertz. So this is what we observe. Instead of plotting from 2 to 7, you can observe what happens. This is important part. This is an important part. Okay, so what we will do, we will plot from 3.5 gigahertz to this 5.5 gigahertz. From here it is enough, because we want to see only over this what happens. So 3.5 to 5.5 we can plot. Go to here, project options, change the frequency, starting frequency 3.5 gigahertz, this is 5.5 gigahertz, apply. Okay, so this point 01, I did not give this, so it's showing apply. Okay, so this is 3.3 to 5.5 is there. Okay, okay, so now I do the again simulation. So here also in the here also we have to change here in the frequency, apply here. Okay, okay, this is a 0.01, apply. Okay, again you simulate this. Okay, 3.5 to 5.5 it came, see like this. So here this is the real part. So it must be as you know, in this resonator, this resonator input impedance is high at the resonant frequency. So the graph here, this is a graph 2, it is a real part is high, and that imaginary part passes through 0, here 0 frequency. passes through the zero imaginary part, because at resonant frequency x is equal to xl, that means reactance is zero, so it should pass through zero, so you're getting a zero here. Okay. So and input impedance is a high here. It is because it is equivalent to open resonator, is a open lambda by 2 open circuited line resonator. Input impedance is very high at the resonant frequency. So from the plot it is high here, it is around something value here for above near to 600. Input impedance is high, so real part, and imaginary part is 0 here. So that is the observation what we have to do over the input impedance. So this is the input impedance of plot. So like this you can plot the input impedance, and you can observe what happens at the resonant frequency. What we are expecting is this. So input impedance must be high, and it should be real at the resonant frequency. It is real at the resonant frequency, and it is high input impedance, and reactance should be 0, so it is passing through 0 here. So reactance is 0, but real part is high, so that is the expected one. That is coming at a resonant frequency, because our resonant frequency is 4.42 gigahertz. So that at that frequency we are getting this response, input response, input impedance response. Okay. So like that input impedance